Welcome back to Timeless Messages from the I Ching. This is Stephen. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. So if you found this video, there are reasons why you found this video. I don't know exactly what those reasons are, but your high self, your creator, your inner being has brought you here because there are likely messages in this video that can help you with a new perspective, a new direction, making a decision, wherever you're at in your life right now. So my general question is always, what are the most important and most beneficial messages for the viewers? Most beneficial and important messages for the viewers right now. Now, these are timeless messages. So even though they're numbered, they're not to be watched or listened to in a numeric sequence, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're drawn to a particular video based on the title or just something drew you here, then there's something here for you. The other idea I want to share with you is that the posting date has nothing to do with anything as well. It's just when the video went up on YouTube. So if you find the video in 2 years or 2 months or 10 days, that's fine. The messages are here for you whenever you find them. Timeless messages. So without further ado, I'd like you to take some deep breaths, close your eyes if you're able to, and focus on whatever it is that you need guidance on, a particular topic that you're dealing with right now, a situation, a hardship, confusion, frustration, whatever you're dealing with, focus on that. And I'll start the reading momentarily. I'm going to shake the coins and then put together the hexagram or hexagrams and read from the text, and then I'll also offer an interpretation as well. So, what are the most important messages and most beneficial messages for the viewer? Most important messages and beneficial messages for the viewer. Okay. 3, 6, 9. Okay. That's a yang line that changes to a yin line. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see, I'll bring this over just a little bit so you can see that better. So, most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewer. That's a 7. Masculine line. Okay. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewer. Another yang line. Solid line. Unchanging. Most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. Oh. See if I can get that coin here. Come here, you. I might actually need a piece of paper to do this. Yes, I do. Okay. There we go. 3, 6, 8. That's a yin line, feminine line, a broken line. Okay, most beneficial messages for the viewer. Most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. Most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Masculine line, yang line. And one more toss. Most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. Most beneficial and important messages for the viewer. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewer. Most beneficial messages for the viewer. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another masculine line. Okay, I think we got that. All right, we didn't throw it 7 times. Just 6. Okay. So yang, yang, yin. The first 3 lines are the top trigram. Let's see, that's sun. Okay. And the bottom trigram is Ching. And then this would be sun again, doesn't change, and then this does yang, yang, yin. So this is repeating yang, yang, yin. So this is sun as well. Sun and sun, that's a double. Okay, sun and qian. Number 9. So this is 9. Not very well. There we go. It's a little bit more legible. And sun and sun. 57. 5, 7. Okay, let's find out what the names are. Number 9. Taming power of the small. Okay, interesting. Taming power of the, I'll just put it down here, of the small. Bub up, bub up. And number 57. Yep, got this one recently. The gentle, the penetrating wind. Okay. Penetrating wind. Okay. Let's get into this. So, sun is the southeast, that's the eldest daughter, and qian is the northwest direction, and that's the father aspect. And then so this changes to sun and sun, which is again doubling of these same trigrams to make this hexagram. So southeast and southeast. So the taming power of the small. So the gentle wind is above the creative heaven. The gentle wind is above the creative heaven. One second, I'm going to grab some different glasses. Bear with me. Be right back. Okay. So the taming power of the small. This hexagram means the force of the small, the power of the shadowy that restrains, tames, and impedes. A weak line in the 4th place, that of the minister, holds the 5 strong lines in check. This is a weak line right here, the 4th, holds the strong 5 lines in check. In the image, it is the wind blowing across the sky. The wind restrains the clouds. The rising breath of the creative. Here's the creative and here's the wind. And repeat this. The wind restrains the clouds, the rising breath of the creative, and makes them grow dense, but as yet is not strong enough to turn them to rain. This hexagram presents a configuration of circumstances in which a strong element is temporarily held in check by a weak element. And it's only through gentleness that this can have a successful outcome. Okay, gentleness is emphasized here. The judgment, the taming power of the small has success. Dense clouds, no rain from our western region. The image refers to the state of affairs in China at the time when King Wen, who originally came from the west, was in the east at the court of the reigning tyrant, Chao Xin. The moment for action on a large scale had not yet arrived. King Wen could only keep the tyrant somewhat in check by friendly persuasion. Hence the image of many clouds, promising moisture and blessing to the land, although as yet no rain falls. The situation is not unfavorable. There is a prospect of ultimate success, but there are still obstacles in the way, and we can merely take preparatory measures. Only through the small means of friendly persuasion can we exert any influence. The time has not yet come for sweeping measures or big actions. However, we may be able, to a limited extent, act as a restraining and subduing influence. To carry out our purpose, we need determination within and gentleness and adaptability in our external relations with others. So, it's very important to remember this. Determination has to be kept within, and gentleness and adaptability in our external relationships with others. So we want to be gentle and adaptable. We don't want to impose our will upon others. This is not the time to be doing that, because the taming power of the small is all about gentleness in order to have that successful outcome. Okay? The wind passing across the sky, gentle. Heaven, the wind passing through heaven. The image, the wind drives across heaven, the image of the taming power of the small. Thus, the superior person refines the outer aspect of their nature. So I'm going to read this again. The wind drives across heaven, the image of the taming power of the small. Thus, the superior person refines the outer aspect of their nature. So we're going to work on how we express ourselves in our nature, in society, in our interactions with others. We're going to refine that to a high degree, and remember that gentleness and adaptability are key components in order for us to attain success. Okay? The wind can indeed drive the clouds together in the sky. Yet, being nothing but air without a solid body, it does not produce great or lasting effects. So, also, a person in times when they can produce no great effect in the outer world can do nothing except refine the expression of their nature in small ways. So this is kind of a disappointing situation to find yourself in. It happens quite regularly, doesn't it? We sometimes are unable to exert the profound influence we would like to have upon others or our situation. But if we can adapt to this situation and accept it, then we can have the success that we hope for over time. Okay? If we're willing to be patient and work on our inner being, cultivating the ability to do nothing but refine the expression of our inner nature in small ways. That's where we're going to have our progress, is our inner refinement of how we express ourselves to others, how we conduct ourselves in society, and so forth, and how we communicate. That's very important. Gentleness and adaptability, very, very important. Okay? The idea that we are not going to be able to produce significant, great, lasting effects right now, and accepting that, that's okay. Okay? Because this is describing this particular time that we find ourselves in. Okay? But we can refine the expression of our nature, and so that's the positive to focus on, refining the aspects of our nature. Okay? The refinement of our inner nature. So the lines, the 9 in the beginning, the yang line that changes to a yin line, 9 at the beginning. 9 at the beginning means return to the way. How could there be blame in this? Good fortune. It lies in the nature of a strong person to press forward. In so doing, they encounter obstructions and resistance. Therefore, the strong person returns to the way suited to their situation, where they are free to advance or to retreat. In the nature of things, this can bring good fortune, for it is wise and reasonable not to try to obtain anything by force. So this is the key idea at this time with this particular consideration that you have right now in your life. To try to obtain anything by force is not recommended. And to advance, you're going to be wise and reasonable by being gentle and not forcing things, being adaptable. Consider your situation and try to act accordingly, or not act if that's the case. This, again, is not a time to force things at all. Okay? So, a person who has the strength to press forward, yes, we always want to have that strength to press forward, but there are obstructions that are being noted here in the I Ching. So, pay attention to those obstructions, okay, and return to what is truly suited to your situation. And in the nature of the situation, you can experience and have good fortune by not trying to force anything, because that is the wise and reasonable path right now. It's wise and reasonable for you to not force anything and allow things to just develop as they will, and work on your inner nature, your character, how you're coming across, and also remember to be gentle and adaptable. Try to accept your situation and try not to force results. Try to let things happen as they will. Okay, so this changes then from the taming power of the small to the gentle, penetrating wind. So in many interpretations, you can see this as your description of your situation and what you really need to focus on, kind of an answer to your question or your focus right now, your situation, as the topics that were discussed earlier, gentleness and so forth, and not forcing things. And the gentle penetrating wind is a different view on your situation, perhaps a way for you to understand how you can get into focusing on developing your refinement of your inner nature and so forth. This is a relating hexagram. It can also paint a picture in terms of where you're at right now from a different perspective. So the gentle penetrating wind, we have a double hexagram here, which is wind and wood above one another. The sun is one of the 8 doubled trigrams. It is the eldest daughter and symbolizes wind or wood. It has for its attribute gentleness, which nonetheless penetrates like the wind or like growing wood with its roots down into the earth. The dark principle in itself, rigid and unmovable, is dissolved by the penetrating light principle, to which it surrenders or subordinates itself in gentleness. So here again we have the idea of gentleness emphasized. In nature, it is the wind that disperses gathering clouds, leaving the sky clear and serene. In human life, it is penetrating clarity of judgment that gets rid of all dark and hidden motives. In the life of the community or society, it is a powerful influence of a great personality that uncovers and breaks up intrigues that shun the light of day. So the judgment, the gentle, success through what is small, it furthers one to have somewhere to go. It furthers one to see the great person. Penetration produces gradual and inconspicuous or unseen effects. It should be affected not by acts of violation or force, but by an influence that never lapses. Results of this kind are less striking to the eye than those won by a surprise attack, but these results are more enduring and more complete. If a person would produce such effects, this person must have a clearly defined goal, for only when the penetrating influence works in the same direction can the object be attained. Small strength can achieve its purpose only by subordinating itself to a superior person who is capable of creating order. Say that again. Small strength can achieve its purpose only by surrendering or subordinating itself or trusting itself to a superior person who is capable of creating order. Now, this superior person could be your higher self, could be your creator, could be your unconscious inner divine being. It doesn't have to be an external person, although it could be. Okay? Could be your imagination, your intuition. So the image, winds following one upon the other, the image of the gently penetrating. Thus, the superior person spreads his commands or her commands abroad, and carries out their undertakings. The penetrating quality of the wind depends on its ceaselessness. This is what makes the wind so powerful. Time is its instrument. In the same way, the ruler's thought should penetrate the soul of the people. This too requires a lasting influence brought about by enlightenment and command. Only when the command has been assimilated by the people is action in line with it possible. Action without preparation of the ground only frightens and repels the people. So here we have the idea of gentleness as a very important thing coming into this idea. Again, gentleness was again emphasized in the taming power of the small, and here it comes again. So force is again not to be used. Time is your instrument, and the wind, if it's allowed to move always in the same direction toward a particular goal, it will achieve that goal gradually and conspicuously over time. Be assured of that fact. Okay? So the results based on this type of slow process are less profound or striking to someone's observation than those won by a surprise attack. But these results are more enduring and more complete. So that's something to remember, that as you proceed with whatever it is you're dealing with, the results that you experience will have more enduring, lasting value in your life. Okay? So to subordinate, small strength can achieve its purpose by subordinating itself to an eminent person, a prominent person, a superior person who is capable of creating order. Now again, that prominent person could be your higher self. Doesn't have to be an exterior person from you, although it could be. It could be your intuition, it could be your creativity, it could be just hunches that are guiding you. So there's an organizing effect, though, from this superior person or superior wisdom that's coming through to you. Trust in this, because the hexagram is saying that this is here for you, wherever it may come through. Okay? And remember that the wind is powerful not because it is absolutely beating things with force, but because it is gently and unceasingly moving its energy across things, and through the course of time, that movement and that gentleness produces very profound effects. Okay? So these are the messages, and I hope that this has been very helpful to you. In the future, if you would like, I think it might be important to listen to the message again at least one more time or two more times, once again before bed, and then try to apply the information that you've learned in this reading through the course of your week or weeks to come. And I believe that this will help you in your process. Remember, force is not your friend right now. Gentleness and adaptability are your friends. If you're interested in private readings, the information on those is in the description box. And thanks for tuning in. Take care and all the best.